exactly.
I'm not asking for those roles.
Yes,
to be
they are
turned upside down. I'm just
Yes,
saying,
you
why
are.
are we not accepting of women?
Because we have to accept men in our, I'm sorry, I will never accept a fucking man who has an Adam's apple dressed as a woman, say he's gonna come in my space as a woman and take over my shit. I'm not. You know what? My mother and grandmother burned their bras for women's, and I don't, what the fuck is this waves of feminism? Feminism is 1965, man. Okay? When we, and we have the laws, Title IX,
You sound like a very loud,
you're gonna keep fucking men in your spaces. You're gonna keep men in your bathrooms. You're gonna keep men in your spaces, and we're gonna keep women in our spaces, and that's it. I'm sick of this bullshit. Stop it. You know what? All this is liberal fucking propaganda bullshit that we have to accept a man being a woman. Really? Does your little Adam's apple go away when you decide you want to have tits and a fucking pussy getting your fucking dick cut off? No. No. You're still a man, and you always will be. That's it. And you know what? You're not going to come in my rights. You're not going to come in my spaces, and that's it.
Sorry.
You got mental illness, and get help for your mental illness. Enough with this bullshit, this propaganda crap. That's all it is. I've had it, man. I'm 52. Yeah, I know. A lot of shit has changed for a lot of years. But you know what? This crap, no. When it gets down to brass tacks, yeah, I don't need this psychobabble. Okay? No. A man's a man, a woman's a woman, that's it. And no man can have a fucking baby, and that's it, man.
Yeah, but so that actually makes the best point for the lack of...
I don't care if it makes the best point. That's the common logical point. Okay, we're getting back to common sense. Enough of this bullshit. Okay? Oh, you want to twist the fucking psychological around to make a man be a woman? Really? Can they? Can you?
I don't think he's not disagreeing with you.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Well, thank you.
We were about to hear his response.
Well,
I'd
thank
love to
you.
hear it. Can we hear it? Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
don't know, considering that I'm one of the largest anti-trans proponents in the fucking United States.
Well, thank you. So am I.
I don't know why the fuck you would associate that with me, but okay. So anyway...
Why are you yelling at him?
But,
I'm not yelling at him. I'm sticking my head in the microphone is what I'm doing.
After you've read my essay, I think we can just both agree
All of a sudden,
that
I'm yelling now.
that we have fundamental
I mean,
differences.
you were yelling. I just, I don't care if you want to...
I put my mouth in the microphone, just like Brian said. Yeah, put your mouth in the microphone.
So yeah, back to this. She makes one of the most valid points that she makes is the idea of reproduction, right? It's like only one sex can reproduce and has control over reproduction. That's women. You agree that that's true? Since that's the one role that they can do that men can't do, you would think that you would want to socially be promoting reproduction, unless you were an anti-natalist and you didn't want reproduction.
It's
And it is
not
the case
that
that most feminists I've talked to are very much anti-natalist. It's baked into feminism itself.
Can anybody give me a definition of a woman? I can give it. I can.
Can we listen to them speak? I don't mean to be rude.
I just had a moment,
but
a silent
they're
moment.
in the middle of,
but
of a discussion.
They're debating
and-
something.
Yeah, I would
Go
say
ahead.
it's an adult human female. Yeah. That would be a woman, an adult human female.
I just think
well, there is a definition, but anyway, go
I
ahead.
just think we
That's
fundamentally
the actual definition, adult human female. That's the actual definition of a woman. Yes.
No, it's a human that menstruates. Because any human that menstruates from the age of 9 to about 45.
No, so
yes.
you're saying that women who can't
Now, you
menstruate
can't have a
are
baby.
women?
Maybe you can have a baby. That's whether.
In a
But you
few
do
years-
menstruate.
In a few years,
no
lady, it's
fucking
not
man
already.
menstruates.
You won't be able to menstruate. Well,
Does a man menstruate? Does a man menstruate?
No, of course not.
Of course not.
Of course not. But lady, the reason your definition is silly is because in a few years you probably won't be able to menstruate. Well,
I already do. I'm 52. I'm menopausal. See, that's natural.
Oh, so then you're not
That's
a woman
natural.
by your definition?
Yes,
You're
I
not
am a
what that
woman.
is?
It's called natural.
Well, but you just said you have to menstruate to be a woman.
Well, from about 9 to about 45, yes.
So
And you
you're
know
not a
this to be
woman,
true.
but by your
You're married
definition,
to a
you're not
woman, right?
So by your definition, you're not a woman because you don't menstruate.
You know what? Come on now. Biologically, stop twisting the biological. You know? I mean,
I'm
to
twisting
about
the
50.
biological?
Yes, you are, because menstruation, yes.
The biggest problem is like even when we have.
Because if a woman can't have a baby, it doesn't matter if you
even
can
when
have
we
a
have
baby
people
out of that
who agree with
menstruation.
us-
You are still a woman.
Like, from my side of it, even when I have people who agree with me,
Yeah,
one of the biggest things that I have to deal with is that you present the argument.
Oh, I'm supposed to agree with you? And yeah, I'm arguing with you.
But you're not letting him speak at all. You're not even paralleling what he's
Well,
saying.
stop putting that cigarette up to your fucking face.
Are you drunk?
There's something wrong.
You don't, I mean, are cigarettes that offensive to a prostitute?
I'm not a prostitute, bro.
You're on
Are you
OnlyFans.
an OnlyFans?
So
bro?
it's not
That's
OnlyFans, it's a
prostitution, bro.
prostitute. There's a lot of other things that goes on OnlyFans than
Yeah,
that.
are you doing those other things, or are you showing your boobies for money?
Well, why don't you subscribe and find out?
Yeah, so that you're doing that, exactly. So that's the thing, is don't lie to me and say you're not a prostitute when you're a prostitute.
That's not a prostitute. A
No,
prostitute
if
is
you
somebody
want to happy
fucking
for
somebody
smoking
for money,
cigarettes,
actually
it's
having
happy for
sex
smoking
somebody for
porn,
money.
you know?
You know what? You guys want to twist narratives. That's what this liberal bullshit is. That's why the liberal bullshit took over the media. Yeah, that's why Sponge Brain Shit Pants was hidden for 4 fucking years. You know, because the liberal media, all of a sudden, we got to be programmed to what we say on fucking socials. Hello? Hello? I'm sorry, I'm 52. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck if he is liberal or
He's
not.
conservative.
I don't think he's liberal whatsoever.
You know what? I should have been on here when Charlie Kirk was on here. I wish I should.
He's literally
Oh my
not-
God.
They have the same views. They're both
I
conservative.
love you, but he's not liberal whatsoever.
Well, at any rate. Yeah.
What the fuck? All right.
It's an
That
open
got-
discussion, right?
That got hijacked.
by definition, a discussion means you speak and you listen. And I don't.
And
think
I've
you've
been
heard
doing
what-
that. I've been silent the whole fucking time,
Yeah,
man.
but I don't think you know what Andrew's position is. It doesn't seem like you know what Andrew's even saying.
I responded to him.
But you guys are in
boy.
agreement, and you're responding as if you disagree with him.
I do disagree a little bit. A little bit.
Have you heard anything he
About
said?
what? What
About
could you
what?
ever disagree with me on?
You did kind of call him liberal, and he's literally
Yeah,
not
and
liberal.
I'm not a liberal. Well, I'm
No,
not a liberal
he's
either.
actually not liberal. Have you watched the show?
You know what? Really quick, Mary, pull up that photo that I pulled. Or actually, wait, shit. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Keep going. I gotta fix it. One sec. Keep going. My bad. Keep going. Go ahead.
Cheers, Andrew.
All right, Andrew.
Anyway, everyone go read
Andrew?
my essay. Go read my essay. Rockies on TikTok, ROCKEYS.
Oh,
and it's
yes.
linked in the bio.
It's a short read. It's about 6 paragraphs.
Yes, I wrote it just like randomly. I'm like shocked that it was ever found.
I want to read it.
Okay. What? Okay. Wait, really quick, Andrew. I want your reaction to this. I noticed on your Instagram, and are you wearing a cross right now?
Yes, I am.
Can you show that to the?
Yes, and the reason
And
why.
are you a Christian? Or?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And this is very special to
Oh.
me because I got out of rehab for this.
Yeah,
like
really quick.
25 years ago.
That's fine. Really quick, Mary, pull up the photo really quick so Andrew can see it.
Yes.
So this is on your Instagram, and you have a lot of photos that are just like this. You're always wearing this cross necklace with quite a bit of cleavage, titties popping out. And you also on your Instagram, there's a link to your OnlyFans.
This is OnlyFans.
What denomination of Christian are you?
I don't have one. I'm just Christian. I just follow Jesus.
Non-denominational?
Non-denominational.
Okay. One quick question, then I'm going to pass it back over to Andrew. Do you think God wants you doing OnlyFans?
I don't care. I'm on this earth to do what I'm going to do, and He accepts me. I pray every day, and
Okay.
and I pray if He likes it, my forgiveness, and that's it.
And I guess a follow-up question. Oops, let me fix this. Hide that, Mary. Hide the Discord. No. Here, hold on. Go back. Hide the Discord. Scroll down. Sorry. One. There it is. Yeah. Okay. If God wants you or is fine with you doing OnlyFans, what do you think Satan wants?
Satan wants me right where I'm at,
Where does God want you?
where I'm going, where
So-
I keep doing what I keep doing. My day, every day, I wake up, I do my thing.
No,
and
related to
when
the
I-
sex work. Related to the OnlyFans.
I mean, sex work.
Yeah,
See,
doing
when you talk about
OnlyFans.
sex work, am I fucking somebody?
What kind of content do you do on your OF? Is it boy-girl Are there?
No, it's just me.
It's solo
It's
content?
all me.
Okay.
Whether it's
And you're inducing-
masturbation,
and
whether
you're-
it's
sure.
dildos, whether
Would
it's
you agree-
naked, whether it's not sex.
Would you agree that through your OnlyFans, you're inducing men to lust?
Men are going to lust anyway. It's a natural
But would you
thing
be
to do.
inducing them to lust?
Maybe.
Well, almost certainly you are.
Probably.
So, again,
And I'm enticing it too on my OnlyFans
how do
page.
you, well, okay, even if you're a non-denominational Christian, how would you reconcile this with your faith? And then again, I'll just ask the
Because
question
my
again.
faith doesn't come
Do-
into it.
Do you think God wants you to be doing OnlyFans? Yes or no?
I don't know.
What do you think? Do you have a personal relationship with God?
God, it's called, he gives us free will. And if we feel good with it and we don't feel anything wrong with it, as long as we're not hurting anybody or ourselves. And yeah, I think he's cool with it.
Isn't there a phrase from the Bible, go and sin no more? So, I mean, God gives you free will, but
that's if you go to
shouldn't
Jesus and
sin.
say, I have sinned so badly, just please forgive me.
Okay, really quick, then I'm passing it over to Andrew.
Well, I'm doing
just
that,
a yes
so
or
I
no,
gotta-
yes or no, not an I don't know. Do you think God wants you doing OnlyFans?
Yes.
And then what does Satan want?
I don't give a fuck.
Well, okay, if God wants you to be doing OnlyFans, then you would say that Satan doesn't want you to be doing OnlyFans, just so I have that clear?
Maybe. Probably doesn't.
That rascally devil.
I guess.
Always trying to stop
It's
women
called a
from getting
fucking choice.
prostitution.
We were born with a choice. We either do or we don't, okay? There's either doing or there's no trying in life. There's either trying or doing.
Yeah,
and
calm
that's
down
it.
there, Master Yoda. Calm down.
Stop
There
it.
is no try.
And
Okay, well, there it is.
Come on,
All right.
you ripped that off from Star Wars. You ripped it off
Whatever.
from Star Wars.
You know what? That little Yoda's a really
stop. Hey, don't-
fucking smart
look,
guy, man.
Make your point without yelling, please. Make your points without
I'm sorry,
yelling.
that little Yoda guy is a really smart guy.
You can speak in passionately, but try not to, like in terms
There
of your
is no
volume.
trying in life, only doing. Because when
Andrew-
you're doing, you're
Calm
trying.
down, you must.
By the way, I want to give. I have to give credit to
Now, calm you
Andrew.
must be.
I have to give credit to Andrew for that argument, the question about what if God wants you to be doing OnlyFans, and then, of course, what does Satan want? I'll credit to Andrew Wilson there. Andrew, I'll pass it over really quick. I did want to make an announcement, and Andrew maybe has some thoughts on this. Guys, so Andrew had a fantastic debate with a woman named Kylie. This was our debate that we had, I believe it was on Sunday, or excuse me, no, Saturday before our last Sunday show when we had Andrew here in person. Kylie has messaged me, and then pull up the Discord so you can pull it up. I should have left it on the page. Kylie has threatened me with a lawsuit.
Wait, which one was she? Which
Crash Out Kylie, that's the nickname I bestowed upon her. Crash Out Kylie. Crash Out Kylie is her new name. She's
Can
and
we see her?
Yeah, I need to see a visual.
do you have it pulled up on this
Okay.
Discord full screen?
I call her.
Yeah, go ahead, pull it up.
Kylie. But
All right, so if you guys want to see the messages, you're not going to click on that, but if you want to see the messages, it's in my Discord, discord.gg/whatever.
She the girl sitting here with
hold
the
on,
notepad?
stop.
Sorry.
I posted the threat, her legal threat. She said she hired a law firm. So a lawsuit is probably imminent from her. I fully blame
What a
Andrew
bitch.
because Andrew so thoroughly demolished her worldview that she was so upset that she's really a poor sport. What's it, or a sour? What's it
She's a
called?
fucking cunt.
Sore sport?
Sore loser?
Sore loser. She's suing me because Andrew just dog walked her.
Wait, what
the
is she
entire
suing
debate.
you for? Like, what's the claim?
What's the charge?
Yeah.
We all signed a consent.
Well, she's alleging that
being a big stupid beanie head.
she's alleging
I love you,
that
Andrew.
we harassed her and that we set her up. And then there was
Wow.
here's the lead into this. We were gonna cover her airfare and her hotel, right? But there's a couple components here. She was in breach of contract. She got up a whole bunch of times. She wasn't
Bro,
participating
you're
in
starting way
good
too
faith.
far ahead in the story. Listen, go back to when she got to the studio and told you about how she was engaged in a lawsuit with another show.
Was she that hot? Because you paid for it. You said you were going to pay for her to come. That's what I
Well,
heard.
got
It
to
was-
the studio.
She was
was-
like popular in something else. So that's probably
It was a
Yeah.
well, it was a 1v1 debate,
wanna
so it's a
see
little
it.
different
Yeah,
format.
when she got to the studio, she wanted Brian to give her all rights over all clips or something like that because she was engaged in a lawsuit against somebody and never really described how it was that she was suing them or why. Something about AI or some shit.
What?
Something. You remember that, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, she was basically like, and this is never a request that would ever be granted, but this is what she said, Andrew. She said, I want to have final approval before any clip that you publish or you push out, which no production company would ever agree to, at least for like an internet-based production. So she wanted essentially final cut, like to have. We would have to be like, is it okay if we post this clip? Are you okay with how it was edited? Nobody does this. This is never granted in any sort of production. So she wanted that. She was like arguing over whether she had to sign the appearance release. Mind you, in a prior agreement that we had, it incorporates in that agreement that she has to sign the appearance release. And she's like, well, what happens if I don't sign the appearance release? I'm like, we can't do the show. And then we do the show. There, you guys can watch it to see the whole back and forth. She's a bit of a Karen. She walked off a bunch of times, insulted Andrew in various ways, and just kind of being a bit of a brat, a bit of a Karen. But the really big thing was, where there's a dispute here, is that as she was about to leave, she said that somebody contacted her, a third party contacted her, and offered her essentially what we were going to pay her for her to walk off and just leave early. So this would essentially,
what a good deal.
What?
I guess. But that then calls into question, basically, if some third party is interfering with the contract that I had with her, and she's benefiting from him enticing her to breach her contract with me, I believe on that basis alone, granted, there's a lot of her other conduct that I think would constitute breach of contract, but on the basis alone that she agreed to be paid from a third party to sabotage our production and walk off the set before the agreed upon time, and our contract stated she would be paid for her full appearance, that would be breach enough to fully relinquish me of my duty to pay her under the contract that we did have. That's my interpretation. So she's trying to say that we set her up. She's probably going to say there's defamation. She's going to say some other bullshit. She's going to say there's breach of contract on our part. She said that this California law firm is going to whatever. So she's probably going to file a lawsuit. So if you guys want to support the show, join the Discord. You can see all the legal stuff that I posted. I sent her a scathing response if you want to see it. So yeah, what the fuck is going on back there? What the fuck are you doing? What was that? What spilled? Hello?
She was just pushing a bottle into the trash.
Oh, why? Okay, whatever. Okay, we got way off course here. We need to get back to this stuff. So, I was asking you, Jazz, you raised your hand for every single thing. How do you reconcile your feminist